Hello, Jen here with a layout for the Everyday Inspiration series. This is the series that Christy, Crystal, Daisy, Dolly, Lisa, and myself do every month, where one of us takes a picture from our everyday life and then we all use that to inspire a layout. So this month our picture comes courtesy of Christy, and it's that really nice arrangement that she has on her wall, kind of like a family arrangement. So there's the initials of everyone in her family and some photos, and I just really liked the design that she has, and so I thought that that would be a really fun thing to recreate on a layout. You'll have to excuse the weird trippiness that's happening with my background paper. My camera doesn't really like those really small patterns, especially if they're kind of black and white or gray and white, which this one is, and so it's doing all kinds of weird psychedelic things to you. I apologize for that. It's actually a paper from the Hello Love paper pack that I have right underneath, and I'm trying my best to get this paper pack used up. I have a whole big long story about how I ended up with this paper pack, but suffice it to say, it took me a long time to get it, and now that I finally have it, I want to kill it. I want to use up every last little bit of it. So it is part of my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit this month, and I just want to keep using it up. So, I love that background with their little tiny gray hearts, and every here and there there's a little pink heart, and I thought that was perfect because that's the right color scheme for the inspiration photo, and I felt like the repeating pattern kind of reminded me a little bit of wallpaper, so I thought that was kind of nice too, because we're kind of representing a wall arrangement. And then I went through the paper pack looking for other things that I could add. So I found a few bits and pieces that I could fussy cut, like some of those hearts, and there are some arrows, which I thought was perfect because Christy has that big, beautiful metal arrow in her arrangement. So I cut out a bunch of those. I also thought maybe they have sort of like a marquee style XOXO page, and I thought that maybe I could use some of those to represent extra letters, kind of like in her wall. I don't end up doing that though, but they will get on another page eventually. What am I doing now? Oh, I remember what I'm doing. It's a dance competition. My daughter had a dance competition, and it actually started on the Wednesday, and we didn't have to be there. I think I'm scrapping on Thursday, but we didn't have to be there, so I decided to tune into their live feed and just watch some of the dance while I was scrapping. So you will probably see my hands clap a few times because I can't help myself, even when I'm not there. And I have to clap when a dancer has done a really good job. So I will probably clap a few times, and I may even dance. Again, I can't help myself. So it's so much fun though, honestly. Like, I love that this competition, did I just say that? No. Competition. I love that the competition has a live feed because it means that, oh, there I go. See, that was dancing in double speed. I love that the live feed allows people to watch their family members no matter where they are. So my family back home, Kaylin's family back home in Ontario, can watch her dance and feel like they get to be a part of it. So that's really cool, and it gives her some extra motivation too, because she knows that people are watching from all over. So I think that that's really sweet. Yay! Oh, look at me go! See, clapping and dancing. I knew that would happen, and I apologize if you think I'm a giant dork now. Again, it's just so much fun. How can you not dance along? And they're so amazing. Every year these competitions get better and better. Like, I'm blown away by how much talent there is out there. So I can't help myself. But anyways, back to the layout. So I decided while I love the background and it kind of looks like wallpaper, I felt like it was really busy and that if I was going to be putting stuff on top of it, it was too much. So I went ahead and used some texture paste and some acrylic white ink, and I just smudged that all over where I'm planning to put my little design of all of my elements. So I'm going to let that dry, and while I'm doing that, I matted my photos, and I just have some foam that I bumped them up on, and I cut out an H because that's going to be my big monogram. So it's for my niece Harper, so I wanted to have the big H, and then I also fussy cut out all of those elements that I cut from the paper pad. So once the mixed media was dry, it still kind of felt, I don't know, it's weird. It was too busy when it was the paper, but then when I had the mixed media over top of it, I kind of felt like it wasn't busy enough. So I pulled out the Tim Holtz stain, I think it is. It's not a distress ink, it's a stain or a spray. And it's that kind of nice gray. So I thought that that might be fun to go through this heart stencil. And I knew that they weren't going to come out perfect because the mixed media prevents the stencil from really lying nice and flat. And because it's there, the stain sits on top and doesn't soak in right away. So I knew even when I pulled the stencil up, a lot of the ink was just going to kind of move around and smudge. But I still thought it would be nice to have some of that gray. And then I didn't like it. I still felt like it was too plain. So I pulled out some of this Heidi Swapp texture paste. This is kind of like the texture paste version of her Color Shine sprays. It's really pretty, really kind of pearly and shimmery, and it's a light pink. And so I just put that through that same heart stencil. I kind of offset the hearts so the pink ones don't cover up the gray ones completely. And I don't know, it kind of gives a little bit of interest to the layout. And most of it ends up getting covered up anyways by the pictures and by the elements that I'm using. So I kind of knew that that was going to happen, but I just felt like it needed something else. So to kind of fill in the space up at the top, because my pictures are only of my niece, so I didn't really need any other initials, and I did think about using that XOXO, but in the end I wanted something that was a little bit more full. So I just cut out 2 pieces from the cut apart sheet from the paper pad, and I'm going to kind of use them as a base for an embellishment cluster. And then I'm going through a couple other things that I have in my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit for this month. So I have the Cute Girl chipboard, this chipboard sheet here, and that had that really cute ice cream. And it's perfect because the cone is that same light pink that is in the H. And I forgot to mention, the H is cut out of arrow paper, which again is kind of like a tribute to Crystal's arrangement because she has that metal arrow. And I pull out a few little stickers, some little heart stickers, that little word that says love. And now I'm just going to stick everything down. So because I have the mixed media, I'm going to do the double-sided tape, and I'm also going to use some of the Tombow Aqua glue. I just want to make sure that it sticks down really well with all that extra stuff underneath it. And I'll do that for the top one as well. And I'll stick down my little hearts. I had to go back and pick a different heart because that one there that I'm kind of fussing around with, it's pretty much all pink, and the other 2 have a little bit of teal in them, and so I wanted to pick a third heart that has teal in it to kind of match the other 2. And I do end up using that fourth heart somewhere else anyways. And then I have some more of the arrows. Again, just going back to what was on the wall. I really wanted to use some puffy stickers, but I don't have any. And those 2 packs that I did have, I didn't really find anything that matched, so no puffy stickers made it onto this layout. I need to stock up on some new ones, I think. And then I felt like, and tell me if I'm wrong, but she's looking right off of the page kind of at nothing. And I felt like even though normally you would take a picture and, you know, kind of put it off to the side to make it look like your person or your focus is directed into the center of the page, but even with me doing that, I just felt like she wasn't. I think it's because it's 2 pictures, and I think it's because the bottom picture is still so far into the center of the page. She just looked like she was staring off into nowhere land. So I really wanted to do something on this other side to kind of give her a point to look at. And actually, after I did this, I did a second page using some other photos that I had taken of this same day, same place, but just like a full photo of all 3 of my kids and all 4 of my nieces and nephews. And so I guess in the end, this is sort of like a double page layout, or like 2 companion pages, and she's kind of looking over at that other page. But while I was working on this one, I just really felt like something needed to happen on that right hand side. And that is where I'm going to put my title. I had so much fun doing this with my last layout, kind of putting my title in an unexpected place, and I'm going to do it again. So I'm adding my title into these little layers here on the side, and it's going to say, "Hello, Ice Cream Cutie." So that hello comes from the paper pad, and then I have these little tile letter stickers. They're actually from October Afternoon, I think. And then these little glittery kind of cursive stickers, they came from Walmart. Yes, I think it was Walmart. And so I stuck those down, and then the sticker pack had little asterisks, so I just put a couple of those in my other 2 clusters to kind of spread around the color and spread around the glitter, because nothing else was glitter. And my last touch here is some metal enamel dots. No, that doesn't make sense, does it? They're not enamel, they are actually metal. They're really heavy, believe it or not. But they're like an enamel dot. Anyways, so I thought, again, that kind of worked nicely to represent the metal that is on Christy's wall. And then just to go with that same kind of silvery color, I found these, I guess they're like the Michaels version of stickles, and they are that same sort of dark silver with some glitter in it. So I'm going to put a couple little dots in all of my clusters. And then I'm going to do one last sprinkle of the Tim Holtz stain. And I think that stain is called Hickory Smoke. So I'm just going to test it out on this piece of paper first. I know I put it onto my texture paste and acrylic paint, but I wasn't sure how it was going to look when it absorbed right into the paper. So I wanted to just double check that it wasn't too brown, but it's not. It's a really nice gray. So I'm just going to splatter that all over. And that's it for this layout. I am all done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And a big thank you to all of my new subscribers. I've had quite a few new faces pop up, and I just wanted to say thank you, welcome. I appreciate that you're here and that you are supporting me. It really does mean a lot. Be sure to go and check out the links to all of the other lovely ladies in this series and like their videos and support them as well, because I know that they would love it too, and they have some amazing layouts. So yeah, that's it for me. I'm all done. If you have any questions, leave them for me down below, and until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.